Yo, what's up, guys? Today I've got a new deck profile. It's the D-Repear Invasion. So, why don't we just dive right into this deck, eh? So, as always, we start with our babies, but this time we have our mother. This is Mother D-Repear. She is the baby of the deck. You're gonna be running 4. I mean, you could just run 1, but 4 is probably what you're gonna be wanting to run now because there's more chances this thing's gonna die. So, when you hatch this card, you don't actually Digivolve on top of it. You can bring it out as you normally could of any other card in the breeding area, but this time you're bringing out a baby. Pretty interesting. So, she has 1500 DP, and so she says, all turns, this Digimon can attack and isn't affected by your opponent's effects. So, she's just going to be staying there. Nothing's going to affect her, and she can't start swinging. The only way to get rid of her is to attack into her directly. A lot of decks have trouble swinging into unsuspended Digimon. So her main says, if you don't have another mother in play, place one of your searchers from your hand or from in play onto this card as bottom Digivolution card. So that's the main, that'll be the main thing you're going to do with her. You're going to be adding searchers under her. You're going to be adding this card under her, and we'll get to the searchers soon. So yeah, that's the goal of the deck. You're going to be placing sources under her. So then your turn, once per turn. When you would play a Digimon card with D-Repear in its traits from your hand, you may reduce its play cost by 1 for each card in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. So as you can see, you want to build this card's Digivolution sources. And each turn you're able to add 1 to her every turn. So that's the whole goal of the deck, is to get as many under her as possible. Because for each one you have, you can reduce the play cost of your Digimon, and as we get into it, Reaper, the main win condition of the deck, wants to have 7 of these guys under your mother. So we're running 18 searchers, and that is like probably the perfect number for these guys. 20 takes up a bit too much space. You want to have a little bit more room for other stuff. And 18, like 17, you're gonna start wishing you had a little more, because you want to get at least 7 you want to see at least 7 of these guys per game. So he's a 3 cost. He has 1k DP. He says, he says you can include up to 50 copies of this card in your deck. So that's why we're running 18, because you can run up to 50. You can have a whole deck of searchers if you wanted to, although it wouldn't be a very eventful deck. So then it goes on to say, when you play this card from your hand, reduce its play cost by 2 if you don't have another searcher in play. So if you don't have another searcher in play, you can play this guy for 1 memory. Really handy. Then he also says, your turn, this Digimon can attack players, and then on play, draw 1 card. So if you don't have a searcher in play, you play him for 1 memory, and then draw a card. And then you can add him under your mama. That's the whole point of the deck. You want to get at least 7 of these guys under your mom. And its inheritance says, your turn, all of your Digimon with D-Repear in its traits get plus 1,000. So this guy just buffs all your Digimon. It's extremely powerful. All of your D-Repear guys end up just becoming mega lol powerful. You're getting, like, generally late game, when you start actually swinging for game, a lot of your guys are going to get plus 7, plus even 8k. So yeah, not only is it just helping you reduce your play costs for your Digimon or for your D-Repear guys, but it's also buffing them. Solid card. Next we have our ADR Creep Hands. He says opponent's turn. If you have a Mother D-Repear in play, this Digimon gains blocker. So it's just your blocker. Sometimes you're gonna want to sometimes you wish you had a blocker in this deck, and Creep Hands fulfills that role very easily. Not only is it just helping you reduce your play costs for your Digimon or for your D-Repear guys, but it's also buffing them. Solid card. You can easily play this card for like 3 memory, even 2 memory. So, yep, that's why he's there. He's there to be a blocker. Next we have Jerry, one of the key searchers of this deck. She's a 5 cost card, 5k DP. And she says, main, you may suspend this Digimon to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 1 searcher among them under your Mother D-Repear as its bottom Digivolution card, and then place the remaining at the bottom of your deck in any order. Guido's munching. So she's your main searcher. You put her on the board, and you can suspend her, reveal the top 5 cards, which is just crazy. and add a searcher from the revealed cards under your mother. So she ramps up your searchers, gets your sources under your mom really fast. Guido's munching. You enjoying your food, bud? Yeah? So next we got Bubbles. So Bubbles is a 3 cost. And it has a 3000 DP. We're going to run 4 of him. So Bubbles has a security effect that says you may place one of your searchers from in play or from your hand under one of your mother D-Reapers at the bottom as bottom Digivolution card. So if your opponent hits this thing in security, you get another searcher under your mom. Really nice. And then it has an on-play effect, which is basically the exact same thing. Bubbles is a really handy card. You either play it or it gets triggered in the security, and you get a searcher under your mama. So more ramping. You can see the whole deck is all about your mom and getting these sources under her. So next we have Pendulum Feet. It's another 3 cost with 3k DP. And Pendulum Feet says, on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 with D-Reaper traits and 1 searcher among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So a really solid card. You're just looking up the top 3 cards and you're adding 1 guy with traits, with the D-Reaper traits, and 1 searcher. So he's really good, really important for the deck. We're running 4 of him. Next we have Gatekeeper, everybody's favorite card. Gatekeeper is 11 play cost, 10 DP. Of course, you're generally going to be playing this guy for 6/5/4 memory because of your mother. You're going to be having, for every source under your mom, you're reducing the play cost of one of your D-Reaper cards for each source. So just keep that in mind. So these play costs really don't mean anything. So he also has a security effect. It says play this card without playing his memory cost. So you can see his on-play effect is if you have Mother D-Reaper in play, recover 1. And then he says opponent's turn. While you have a Mother D-Reaper with 6 or more Digivolution cards in play, all of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -1. So we're running 4 of him. They stack. So if you have the 6 sources under your mom and you have 4 of this guy out, all of your opponent's Digimon get -4 security attack. Nobody's attacking. Nobody's winning. So fantastic card. A lot of people are saying it should be limited to 1, but I don't think so. It's only limited to this deck. And it's one of the only ways this deck can defend itself without like a blocker. Because especially like in the BT10 OTK format, this deck, it did struggle sometimes with some of the matchups. Because if all you have to do is beat it before it gets 7 sources and you can win. And the reason you want to beat it before it gets 7 sources is because Reaper. So Reaper has 20 play cost and 15,000 DP. Now remember, don't worry about this. This deck does not care about playing cards for their actual play cost. The main gimmick of this deck is reducing all your Digimon's play costs. So he says, when you play this Digimon, you may trash 7 or more Digivolution cards from the bottom of one of your Mother D-Reapers to reduce, well actually it's been errated. It says to make this Digimon's play cost 0. So you're not actually reducing it, you're making it 0. So anything, if your opponent has a Digimon that says your players can't reduce play costs, it's not affected by it. He's not affected by it. So he has Rush, and then when attacking, you may place 2 searchers from your trash under this Digimon in any order as a Digivolution cards to unsuspend this Digimon. So as you can see, when you have 7 sources under your mama, you can play this guy for free. He has Rush, and then you can swing, place 2 sources under him, unsuspend, swing, and repeat, and win the game. That's the main goal of this deck, is to get Reaper out. We're running 3 because you want to get into this card. You could also consider running 2, but I think 3 is still a pretty solid number, especially when we're not relying on DeathXmon. Next we have 2 Starmons. He's a 3 cost, 1000 DP. He's also yellow, as you can see. We're only running 2 because I wanted to throw in some option cards in this deck. On play, for each Digimon you have in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -1000 DP for the turn. So you can either kill a Digimon or you could reduce one of their big stacks by a bit, and then swing with like your searcher. So he's still an important piece of the deck, I think. I just don't think you need to run 4. So I think 2 is a good enough number. So now we have Tamers. We're only running 2. So there's our Tamer. She's from BT6. This is Kari. So she is a memory tamer. Set your memory to 3 at the start of your turn. And then your turn. When a card is added to your security stack, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. So you're going to recover a bit in this deck, and she's just good to help extend your turns and your plays. Like Tactical Retreat here, as you can see, Tactical Retreat says, main, place 1 of your Digimon on top of your security stack, face down, trash all of the Digivolution cards on it. So with Kari, Tactical Retreat costs 0 to play. So you get a free recovery. And the Tactical Retreat also has a security effect that you just recover 1. So that's the tamer, and that's one of the options here. I think Tactical Retreat's pretty good cards. We're only going to run 2 because you don't need too many of it. In fact, you might only need 1 even, but we're going to run 2 for now. So the main target you want to hit with Tactical Retreat is Gatekeeper, so you can just keep recovering and bringing this guy out for free. Solid plays! Yay! So next we have Holy Flame. We're also running 2. It's a 2-cost yellow card. So it says, main, 1 of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -3 for the turn. And you know what? Or till the end of your opponent's next turn. And that's decent, right? But its security effect says, all of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -1 for the turn. So generally, when your opponent hits this in security, none of their Digimon can attack anymore and they have to stop. Or they can't swing for game. So it's a really powerful card. We're going to run 2 because I don't think you need more than 2. You don't really need to rely on it. The 2 cost to reduce some security attack by 3 is still really good. Lots of stacks these days like to have big security attacks, so it's nice to just reduce that. We're also going to run 1 reinforced memory boost. It's a 6 cost. You can only run 1 because it's limited to 1. Otherwise, we'd probably run a few more. But yeah, it's broken. It says, main, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Place 1 of them on top of your security stack face down. Add the remaining cards to your hand. Then place this card in your battle area. And then it has a delay. And its delay effect is gain 3 memory. Its security also says to just place this in your battle area. So the 3 memory can really help you. But being able to recover and draw a card is just so powerful. Yeah, you can only run 1, so we're going to run the 1. The +3 memory is also just really good. Sometimes you just need that extra memory. So that's reinforced memory boost. And then last but definitely not least, we're running 2X antibody. It's a 0 cost. So it says, when you would have a Digimon in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. So as long as you have Digimon in play, you can use this card. But of course, this deck is white, so it doesn't even matter. And then it has a security effect, gain 1 memory, and then add this card to your hand, which is really nice. But its main effect says, place this card under 1 of your Digimon without X antibody in its Digivolution cards as its bottom Digivolution card. So you can place this card under your mom and give it an extra source. It boosts your Mother D-Reaper really fast. The only problem with this card is, so here's what it says down here. It says all turns this card effects can't trash X antibody in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. So D-Reaper cannot use an effect to trash this to play Reaper, but it will go towards reducing play costs for your Digimon. And it also has a when attacking effect, you can Digivolve a Digimon into their X antibody. But we're not going to worry about that because we don't do anything with X antibody. This is really just here to boost, to give you extra boost in your sources. And just to make it more clear, so here's a Mother D-Reaper with 7 searchers under it and 1 X antibody. So this Mother D-Reaper can trash all 7 of these searchers to play your Reaper. But say your Mother D-Reaper only has 6 searchers and 1 X antibody. It has 7 sources, but it can't trash that X antibody. So it can't get Reaper's effect off. So that's budget D-Reaper. No DeathXmon. It's expensive, and a lot of people just can't get access to it. I currently don't have a DeathXmon. But that's okay, we'll get it one day. But even without DeathXmon, this deck is still really fun, and it can get really aggressive really fast. When you have your Jerry out, you can tap it to reveal the top 5 cards of your deck to get a searcher on your Digimon, onto your Mother Reaper. Once per turn, you can add 1 under her. Like, you're going to be getting your searchers under your Mother fast. Before you know it, Reaper's going to be out swinging 5 times that turn. So yeah, D-Reaper isn't affected by effects, but it can still be swung into. So yeah, just watch out for that stuff. You got a few option cards that can help you stall your opponent a bit more. But other than that, this deck is really all about getting your Mother D-Reaper to 7 sources, getting that Reaper out, and swinging for game. This is a really fun deck, and I recommend everybody at least play it. just have a copy of it. It's really cheap to make, and it's easily accessible. If you want, you can just buy a booster box and basically have everything you need for the deck. There's going to be a few other cards like these cards here aren't actually in the EX2 set. You are going to have to buy them separately. But beyond that, they're still pretty cheap. There's also, we're running 2 X antibody because right now I'm pretty sure it's gone up a little bit at the moment. So you could even just run 1. It's not needed for the deck, but it is really helpful. So that's D-Reaper. I think it's a really fun deck. It's cheap. It's aggressive. It's unique and gimmicky. And any support in the future could make it become extremely powerful. I think everybody should have a D-Reaper deck. There's no reason not to unless you just absolutely hate it. Which I guess fair enough. So let's open a bonus pack. Here we got Special Release Booster 1.5. Pretty chill. There isn't too much I need in this series that I can think of. I can't remember exactly what's in this one, actually. 1.5. 1.0 and 1.5 split the first 3 sets into 2 sets, and I don't exactly remember what's in what. I'm just used to organizing all the cards by their actual sets, like BT1, BT2. But hey, look at this. We got Agumon. He's from Savers Data Squad? I don't know. I haven't watched the anime in so long. But he's cool. He says, when attacking, if you have 3 or more yellow tamers in play, trigger draw 1 card. So yeah, he's really just there for a Shangri-Mon. Well, we got Psychmon. It's a 3 cost. 1 cost to Digivolve. But he's got 5k. So I guess he could be in like a Rookie Rush deck, but I don't know. Pretty art. Oh, here we go. Auroramon. This is a Rookie Rush card. 2 cost, 5k. That's what Rookie Rush wanted. I don't know if we really see too many 2 cost 5k rookies much anymore. Maybe every now and then, but I think they've kind of learned their lesson that people don't like Rookie Rush, or at least Bandai doesn't want to have Rookie Rush as an archetype. Here we go. Lavorvamon. It's pretty cool. Arctic Blizzard. Main, choose 1 Digivolution card and 1 of your opponent's Digimon and trash it. Then 1 of your Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. Oh, 1 Digivolution card of 1 of your opponents. Okay. That's decent. That's decent. Oh, Tankmon's pretty good. A 1 cost. Evolution's always nice. 6k is also pretty good. Pretty cool art. Here we have Garudamon. He says, when attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, trigger draw 1. So that's alright. I don't think I've ever seen this card get played. Oh, here we go, Salamon. Salamon's a really good card. On deletion, if you have 3 or fewer cards, or security cards, trigger recover 1. Oh my word. I can't speak today. So yeah, this card still gets played today. It's pretty good. Oh, here we go, Flymon. This set introduced the security Digimon. So that's security. At the end of the battle, you play this card without playing its memory cost. So that's pretty cool. This guy also got a box topper. Oh, got a baby. What's that? Kakinmon? When attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon is level 7, gain a memory. Yeah, it's alright. Definitely for like Ragnarlormon back in the day, hey? Yeah, he's armor. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, so our first rare is Ken. He is a memory tamer. And then he says, your turn. When one of your green or blue Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you may suspend this tamer to gain a memory. And then he can play him from security. Yeah, he's alright. He's a decent card. He recently got a nice alternate art in the new Jessamon and Ragnarlormon starter decks, which is really cool. And our last rare is Stingmon. Oh, that's cool. He's Handyman. Stingmon's a 1-cost Digivolution, which is always nice. His inheritance says, your turn once per turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, gain a memory. So yeah, that's decent. Green likes to do that. It likes piercing, it likes to swing into other Digimon, or it likes to suspend Digimon at least. So that's pretty cool. And here's the index card. We got player 1. There's the set list. I don't know if it's the whole set list. Anyway, that's cool. I love opening these old classic packs. So that's the video, guys. What do you think of D-Reaper? I think it's a really cool concept and a really cool deck. And it's not exactly like super duper overpowered and controlling or taking storm of the meta right now. And that's why I love decks that are unique and gimmicky in their own right, but also have some kind of competitive edge, but just isn't like broken. And if you've noticed, all the art in these cards are taken directly from the anime. I think like they're really nice high-res images, so I'm pretty sure they touched them up a little bit. Normally I don't like when card games do that, but you know what? This one's actually pretty good. Maybe I'm just biased because I like Digimon. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!